Hey folks, and welcome back to MusicalConman plays The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. Time for an Eden run, and let's see what we get. Alright, Wafer Blank Card, HW98 EQTE. Okay damage, fire rate is good, range isn't great, but this is an excellent start. I love Blank Card because of all the opportunities it provides for min-maxing. And as a matter of fact, Blank Card is so good that it can almost be boring at times. Okay, that's not good. It's possible that the Wafer might have just saved my life there, because with Curse of the Unknown, I don't know how much HP I started with. So it's possible I could have started with one red heart. Yeah, that red heart refilled me, so I'm not going to visit this Curse room, because I either have 1, 2, or 3 red hearts. The Wafer is great. It's not going to really make its usefulness known for a little while, because earlier in the game, pretty much everything only does a half-heart damage anyway, but by the time I get down to the womb, only taking 1 half-heart damage from any attack is going to be a huge advantage. And it might be a great advantage on this first floor. There's a chance that I have, let's say, 1 red heart, which means that a champion enemy could just totally end my life just by getting hit once, since a champion enemy does a full heart of damage. So in fact, it's possible that without the Wafer, this run might have ended already, which would have been sad. And it could also protect me from, let's say, contact damage from a boss, a bomb, something like that. Curse of the Unknown on the first floor of an Eden run isn't great, but what is great is Lost Contact, so every tier I shoot is going to be able to block an enemy shot. So what I'd really love here is either a good fire rate or piercing shots. So this is one of a couple items, like Mysterious Liquid, that scale better with tiers than with damage. So a lot of items, like for example any sort of fly generation, any sort of way to generate flies, like Rotten Baby or Mom's Wig or something like that, you would rather have high damage than high tiers, you know? So Eve's Mascara is a good choice. But in this case, if I have a low tier stat, it's possible that a medium amount of enemy fire might block every one of my bullets. So in this case, Eve's Mascara would actually be hugely harmful to the run. Almost blew that up, so I'm going to get rid of it now, just to keep myself from blowing it up on myself there. I would love to blow that TNT up on him. Unfortunately, that's not quite what happened. And if I could just take a moment to address the tiny room combat here. And by address the tiny room combat here, what I mean is tiny room combat sucks. It's going fine in this fight, and it's making it fun and challenging, and it's working as tiny rooms were intended to work, but so many other tiny room boss fights are just unfair, which is to say, if you don't kill the boss quickly, if you don't have high speed and the ability to fly, will just end you. Pestilence on a tiny room, for example, can just end a run if you don't have the damage to take him out quickly, because the shots can create creep that you have no way to fix. Ha! Those little burnin' boys couldn't do nothing against me, and also, it turns out that I had 3 red hearts on the last floor, so I totally could have visited the Curse room, but this is definitely a case of better safe than accidentally dead. I would much rather not have a guppy item. Let's say there's equal chances of me having 1, 2, or 3 HP. So there's like a 10% chance of me getting a guppy item, or a spirit heart, or like 2 spirit hearts, or something really good that makes me go, wow, it would have sucked to miss that. There's also 33% chance of me just straight up dying and ending the run, which, by the way, Guppy is strong, but Guppy is only strong if you get it during a run of the Binding of Isaac. So that was really weird. I did lose my chance at a guaranteed deal with the devil on this floor, but I was also really confused by what was going on there, because as you saw, the spider spawned behind the little shooty head. I was going in here to check for a card, by the way. Spider spawned behind the little shooty head, and the spider's natural movement apparently just collided with the shooty head and pushed it towards me. So I was so confused. I thought I had strange attractor or something. I was just like, why is it moving towards me? This enemy does not do that, and it's because frickin' spiders, man. They're the worst. But this run is looking good. I have 4 items, and they are all good. Shielded Contact is kind of fun to try and use. Honestly, I feel like the biggest danger with Shielded Contact is forgetting to use it. So I might come against, say, that famine fight, or these guys, and what I need to do is just face them head on, face straight towards danger, and shoot it in the face. But what I might try to do is just forget and dodge out of the side and dodge incorrectly. So the scissors is an awful item. It's really almost never useful for anything. And in this case, I don't need the HP. The reason I picked up the scissors was to re-roll it, and of course I'm going to take Ipecac. You know what? Now that I think about it, Shielded Tears Ipecac has the potential to be really awful. So what I really need is a piercing shot. Any sort of piercing shot would be huge right now. And I like Mom's Key. I would be willing to blow up the donation machine a little bit if I got a nickel from there, which I did. I wouldn't want to take 10 cents from the donation machine, but I'm okay taking, 5 or 6. So with Ipecac, there's really no reason to ever not find a secret room except laziness. It's found one. Perfect. Teleport to the deal with the devil is what I needed, because I took the red heart damage and lost my chance. Unfortunately, didn't get anything in here I want, didn't get any precedent, but since I'm probably not going to encounter a deal with the devil naturally, I may have a 100% chance of encountering a deal with the devil on the next floor, if I don't get it naturally from this boss fight here. What? Wait, what? That was beautiful! That was the... Pin was just a real friend there, just offering his soul up to me. Just saying, hey, listen, we both know how this is going to end with Ipecac. Could you just do it now? So I guess Pin just, like, for a brief second spawned on top of me and got every segment of his body eaten by cube of meat at once. But I can't think of any reason why that should happen. So I'm a little confused, but happy. I mean, I knew it was going to be an easy boss fight, but I didn't expect it to be that easy. Extra Spirit Heart is great. That means I could take the chance on that curse room and still have half a Spirit Heart left. So Blood to Rights could be really fun, but Blank Card is generally better. And yeah, I'll take Dad's Key. Blank Card can be a little min-maxy, but Dad's Key is just for fun. And with Ipecac, I'm going to keep re-rolling this until I get something I quite like. And money equals power can definitely do it for me. It's not amazing with Ipecac, where raw damage is usually fine, but I think it's better than any of the others. You know, the Obsessed Fan gives you a little bit of fly damage occasionally, not reliably. Active items, not gonna take. Stuff like that, not really that good. Like Robo Baby. Robo Baby is fine if I'm going to be firing continuously, but I'm only going to be firing one shot every now and then because I don't want to be hitting walls and hitting myself. So Ipecac kind of doesn't work well with that. And there were several items in a row that were just all fine, but not really worth taking when I have infinite rerolls that don't cost me resources. So getting into the shop for free is nice. I would like to have starter deck, and if I had starter deck, I might have kept blank card, but I'm gonna roll with this. Be committed. I believe this should poison him if it hits him while he's down, because it's gonna be a little tricky to hit him while he's up, because the thing about... Oh, thank you, Wafer. The thing about Shielded Tears Ipecac is that any enemy that shoots bullets is gonna be difficult to hit at all. Took out that red fire because red fire sneaks up on you, and it can really get you. It would be nice to have a little more of just the speed stat, because honestly, with Ipecac, one of the trickiest things can be just getting out of the way of the bullets. And so if I had a little more ability to, you know, run up, fire, and get away, that would be useful. This is one of those few times where I would actually be pretty pleased with a shot speed upgrade. And I should have been using Dad's Key a little more often for a second secret room, but this should find it. There were pretty low odds of it being anywhere else. It's usually close to the boss fight. Addicted sucks, but doesn't actually impact me. Tears Down would be really bad if I didn't have Ipecac, but since I have Ipecac, I'm not firing that often anyway. And my fire rate is limited less by my actual intrinsic fire rate and more just by how often it's safe to shoot. You'll notice I'm not just holding down the fire key and shooting whenever. So yeah, Ipecac takes away a lot of the benefit of Shielded Tears, but I should have something like 4 red HP now, and since I have at least, I think I have 1.5 Spirit Hearts, it's totally safe to take both of these. The ability to fly is great, and the Spectral Tears make it even better because now I can fly over a rock and shoot with Ipecac safely without just exploding in my own face. Damage up is always nice. Ipecac makes it so that just a plain something like 1 damage upgrade isn't as good as it might otherwise be, but is still pretty darn useful, especially if I get some sort of synergy that overrides Ipecac. You know, if I get Brimstone, I'll be really glad I picked up the Pentagram. There's an example of Shielded Tears Ipecac not working as well as it could. I am curious, with the Wafer and Addicted, which one takes priority? Is there one that always wins over the other, or is it just a matter of whichever one happened the most recently? Since this relies on me taking damage, I would like to never have to find out, personally. I can't think of any situation where it's better to take a full heart of damage than a half heart. Hanged Man is useless, but I would rather have Hanged Man than Addicted. Hey, the ability to fly gets me 6 free cents. I was just wondering if there was a reason for me to come in here given my only 1 red heart, but there was. It was to get all that free money on the ground. And I will play this. Unfortunately, I can't Dad's Key out of this room. Even though this opens the door to Mega Satan, apparently this is an even more sacred pact. As you can see, I just pop it and nothing happens. And since I already went to the secret room, and I'll probably get another charge before the shop and item room, I didn't figure it was that big a deal to waste the charge here just to demonstrate. I'm not totally sure what caused damage to me. Did I walk over Chubb's corpse and it hurt me even though he was dead? So, these little guys are going to block my Ipecac shots, which sucks, but doing so should knock them back to the other side of the room. But that's less of a concern when I can just end Chubb's life. Okay, there's an example of... No, that wasn't Shielded Tears, that was just foolishness. So this is one of those times where we say, thank you, the Wafer, for making sure I don't have to be afraid of death right now. I can still totally die, but I'm not going to die from one mistake. And that was a little scary right there, but I did make it through. I could be popping this Dad's Key charge looking for a second secret room, but it's not likely to... It's a lot more likely to be near the boss fight, and I would rather have this charge ready in case I come across the shop or item room. I'm starting to wonder if those will be this way, unless there's a lot of stuff this way. Thank you, poison damage. I really didn't want to have to try and make that happen with Cube of Meat, because I just can't afford to shoot up close. I'm also curious how he got poisoned without taking explosion damage, because explosion damage would have killed him. Definitely. And this is one of those moments where I would really like to have a range upgrade. And better yet, a shot speed upgrade, because I just have to get very close to enemies to shoot. Continuum, I believe, is a big range upgrade. And wow, it looks pretty sick right now. Okay, so... Okay. I think that's... I'm not sure if that's a range upgrade. Maybe it's a shot height upgrade. The important thing, purple explosions are really cool. Gonna use High Priestess on Gertie here. Seems like a good use. I mean, yeah, I have Ipecac, which is a lot of damage, but as you can see, even with Ipecac, it takes a few hits to take out Gertie. And this is why you don't do Ipecac shielded tiers, kids. First damage was my fault for not dodging. Second damage was my fault for hitting myself. Alright, since that was pretty early on, I'm gonna start again and hope this one goes quicker. 7 GAH-CSR2. Red Candle is great early on. Petrified Poop is great early on. Range Up is great almost never, but more than made up for by Red Candle. Red Candle and Petrified Poop are enough to get a run started on their own. And with Red Candle, I really don't need a damage upgrade for several floors just to clear out enemies and kill bosses, which you may recall as pretty much the main functions of any sort of damage dealer in the game, or pretty much what you do in the game. So that's nice. Leaving the fire on the ground is always going to be helpful. Although, the one thing is, if I go to the burning basement, I'll have a bit of a hard time figuring out which fires are from me and which are from others. Alright, I thought I could get that little shot in there. Instead, I'm just going to do that. And if I just time this to run through in between his shots, that should be fine. A little scary. But working out. Thank you, Red Candle's Flame, for blocking that shot, because I totally messed up my dodge and would have taken damage, but Red Candle is a great item. Okay, so what am I looking for on this run? First and foremost, fire rate seems fine. Damage stat doesn't... It says it's 2 bars, so it's not awful, but it's also not great. So what I'm really the first thing I want on this run is redemption. Because I did not need to die like I did on the last run. The run gave me HP, which I traded away for deals with the devil. Good deals with the devil that were worth taking, but it's not like I never had a heart to spare. I took damage I didn't need to take, and it cost me my life. So I would like to find the item room on this floor, and now that I have a bomb, I'm really looking forward to using that tinted rock. And let's see what this run has to offer that the last run didn't. Okay, just gonna use the magician card on this room because it's not really worth much. And getting through this room a little faster is pretty much all I expect from the magician card. More importantly, a Perth Throw rune is great. So now there's the question of, this Perth Throw rune is great, where do we use it? So I would say easiest case is if our treasure room has an active item I don't want. And yeah, that is the easiest case. So this gives me scatter bombs, which is not amazing, but is 5 bombs. Can be useful against some bosses, and serves as a friendly reminder, hey, streamer, don't forget that tinted rock. So I didn't know that a tinted rock could even give you only a regular wooden chest and nothing else. I thought it could be golden spirit heart and bomb, spirit heart and key, 2 spirit hearts, 2 bombs, bomb and a key. Any combination of those, or a golden chest, but 1 iron chest is new to me. Probably didn't really need to take that damage against Larry Jr., and especially against, you know, the inevitable comparison of, remember how the last run ended? I need to be doing better than that. What you saw just there, by the way, was me thinking I'd gone down the trapdoor and hitting spacebar to skip the cutscene, when in fact that had never happened. Okay, so this run should be a win. And I'm aware I think I said that about the last one, but this time it's pretty hard to imagine it not being true. And you know, scatter bombs is actually going to be pretty nice for enemies that chase me around like this. Red Candle is a nice little version of shielded contact. I don't often use it that way. But enough suspense, let's pick up Tech X. And I think you're going to notice this as the point in the run where MusicalConman stopped using Red Candle. Because if you weren't aware, Tech X is, in my opinion, one of the top 2 or 3 items in the game. And by which I don't mean, oh, it's in third place. I mean, it is, in my personal view, in the running for the best. And Golden Teleporter is going to make this a pretty fun and special kind of run. So what Golden Teleporter does is when you hit the spacebar, it will teleport you to a room you haven't been to. First it'll go to all the normal rooms, and I did not speak up because I was not a normal room. Then it'll start taking you to all the regular special rooms, so treasure room, shop, this double key room, which is a 5 room, which I think I will use to repeat this whole floor. And then after it takes you to the normal special rooms, it will take you to it'll take you to the secret rooms, and if you've already been to all the normal rooms, all the special rooms, both secret rooms, it takes you to the deal with the devil. So, that's pretty much all the rooms you can access on the floor, right? What happens if you use it again after that? The answer is, it takes you to the error room, which is a pretty rare room that normally can only be found through undefined or through some sort of a very low percentage chance to happen on a random teleport like telepills, or I believe the teleport spacebar item, but I wouldn't know because I never take that item because it's not very good compared to most things such as the upgraded version. So there's a low chance that one of those can take you to an error room, but other than that, you mostly have to... I mean, not other than that. Because of that, you just have to get lucky to find one, or you have to have Golden Teleporter, which, if you have the bombs to find the secret rooms, the keys to open the item room and shop, can get you things pretty much every time. What do I have? 2 red hearts? I'm going to play this 3 times and really hope I didn't misremember and burn some spirit hearts. So let's go ahead and take some red hearts. Alright, that suggests I did have 2 red hearts. And you know what? This is going to be a very min-maxy run because of Golden Teleporter requiring that I visit every room on the floor to get full benefit. So I am totally going to take that little extra second to see if I can get the blood bag. So, what I really want... So now every floor I'm going to be performing a little just algebra in my head. Just a little counting. What do I have and now, and what do I need to visit every room on this floor? So I visited all the regular rooms in the special room. So if I used Teleport 2.0, now it would have teleported me to the boss. After I go to the boss, it would teleport me to the devil room. But since... No, I'm sorry, it would have teleported me to the secret room. Which I am going to do with Teleport 2.0. Because after I go to the secret room, it would take me to the deal with the devil, but since I'm getting a deal with the devil naturally, I don't need to go there. And this is... great. I don't think Multi-Dimensional Baby even does anything for me here, but in this case it was free, so why not? So, I'm going to hit the spacebar. That's going to take me to the second secret room. And I would not have normally done this, but it's right next to IV Bag. But no, I traded away all my red hearts, so I wouldn't be making a profit. I would just be ending my own run. So that trade I thought got cut off real quickly by Cold Hard Reality. So now that I've been to every room, both secret rooms and the deal with the devil, Golden Teleporter is going to take me to the error room, which in this case gave me the on. So now I have 2 of the best, I would say, 3 items in the game. I'll let you decide what the third one is, but either Tech X or Mom's Knife alone is enough basically to win any run. The fact that I have both, and they both function normally at no detriment to either, is just ridiculous. I don't even know which one to shoot at a given time, so... On the one hand, it sucks to lose the last run. On the other hand, this is a fun one to come back to, and I believe both Mom's Knife and Tech X should override Cursed Eye, so I'm going to take Cursed Eye just out of spite. Just to show it that I'm not scared of it. You'll see I'm mostly using Tech X here, because it's just more of a long-range option, but when I can line up both Tech X and Mom's Knife to do damage on the same shot, that's the real bonus. So, I think the item I would want most now is to go to the shop and find Battery Baby, as a matter of fact. Or the Battery would be not as good, but a close second. Because with Teleport 2.0, it really doesn't matter how often I can recharge it, because I'm really only going to be using it once I'm already done with the floor, except for... Curse in the Maze got me. I don't have nothing else to say about that. Only going to use it at the end of the floor, except for a couple niche cases, like teleporting out of a mob trap room or out of boss rush. This is a crazy amount of money, in a good way. I might use different language in the future, but it's really good. And honestly, I know that I could explore every room on the floor and get some great benefits, which I love to do with Teleport 2.0, but another use I could have for Teleport 2.0 is to teleport out of boss rush, which is only going to happen if I get to boss rush in time. And honestly, with Tech X Mom's Knife and a good damage upgrade and Hive Mind as a great potential in the future, I'm going to ignore the potential min-maxing here in favor of just steamrolling the next couple floors and getting to boss rush in time to teleport out. Which is interesting, because normally I would really just get the most use out of it in the first couple floors and not later on. But here I'm actually going to probably use it more on the womb than I do here. And I'm trying to figure out why I'm fighting Mega Fatty instead of teleporting out. I think the answer is number one, I wanted to see how good my damage was. So that was a good test right there. My damage that I am taking is not good. The other reason is just because with Tech X Mom's Knife, I should be able to fight anything, and with the Ankh, I'm not worried about taking this damage, because worst case scenario, I just respawn as Blue Baby. Now, obviously that wouldn't be ideal. If I'm going to lose this life, I would like to lose it by taking a duel with the devil. Thank you, Troll Bombs, for getting that golden chest available for me. I don't know if I really needed both of you, but I'll take what I can get. Can't think of anything I really want in here, but it turns out what I really want is to blow the regular beggar up for an increased deal with the devil chance, almost run into my own scatter bombs, but get lucky because I didn't even see them. I'm going to keep the no trinket, because what it should do is prevent me from getting other spacebar items, and this is a spacebar item I like, and I can't think of any other spacebar item I would want to have. Okay, so I forgot I don't have the wafer, and that champion killed me. I'm Blue Baby now. Not the way I would have wanted to die. That said, I can't see this run being a loss without just a lot of poor plays like that. And granted, that's how it happens, just not with a bang, but with a lot of little hits like that adding up, because having that extra life added a lot of security that's gone now. But still, I can kill anything. I mean, I don't want to fight the chest with just this, but I could. I'm going to take Mom's Purse now, because that's the second time it's offered the item to me, and I know better than to refuse a gift twice offered. Got the Yes Mother transformation, which is just another knife. Now I can go back and actually take Petrified Poop, which might still be useful, except I left it behind. So I'm going to take Ace of Spades. Yeah, Petrified Poop was on previous floor. It's just moving quickly now. Going to take Ace of Spades, which should give me an increased chance of getting cards. Cards are good. One makes you larger is not good. It does not actually, as some might think, increase the size of your hitbox. Even though one make you smaller does decrease the size of your hitbox. One makes you larger doesn't increase the size of your hitbox, because that could make the game impossible, and surprisingly, the designers of this game are nice. Thank you, Contract Below, for double luck-ups. What it does do is make it hard to see where you are. Man, that damage is just unholy in all the best ways. Tears upgrade doesn't affect Mom's Knife in any meaningful way, but is nice for... Oh, what's that other item we're rolling with? Are we using any other items? That's right, Tech X. I'm aware I could min-max, but also I could get an item from the error room, which I understand is going to be more items over the course of the 3 floors I'm shortcutting with this. Or I could get one item from Boss Rush, which is more fun, and honestly, probably just do Boss Rush, because barring low HP, I should totally be capable of doing Boss Rush. With Tech X, it's really just a matter of stand to one side, spam shots that hit both boss spawns, and repeat until it's all over. Really shouldn't be that much dodging involved, especially with Mom's Knife clearing him out. So all I could really want now is Brimstone. I'm not even sure what would happen if I got Brimstone, because on the one hand, Mom's Knife Brimstone shoots a barrage of knives. On the other hand, Tech X Brimstone shoots these weird brimstone rings, and Tech X Mom's Knife is what we have now, which is just both in their unaltered state, so I'm not sure which synergy would take over. It would be amazing to shoot both, but I don't think that would make sense. It would also be really cool. First of all, really cool to get Restock, and the battery, which I will take, and Sackhead, which I will blow up the donation machine for.
Lemon party.
I'm aware that this has the potential to be a good breaking run, especially the more I'm willing to blow up the donation machine, but I'm not willing to. But anyway, it'd be really interesting to try and figure out which synergy takes precedence. I feel like it would probably be glitchy and not necessarily an intended effect, but just kind of what happens, because honestly that's kind of how a lot of this game works, because you can't expect it to work perfectly. I'm just gonna keep going, man. I'm gonna find the boss fights and get out, because treasure rooms are awesome, but I'm getting my deal with the devil items for damage upgrades. Oh, that's right, I'm Blue Baby. I can't get HP ups. So Goat Head is actually a bit of a tougher decision than it would otherwise be, and in fact, I'm not going to take it. I know this hurts for me too, but I can't afford to have half a Spirit Heart. Now, if there's a Spirit Heart for sale in the shop, I really messed this up. I should have taken Goat Head, bought that Spirit Heart, and come back. So yeah. You know what? Realizing how little my HP is, remembering that I'm Blue Baby because I died of cockiness not long ago, is going to kind of convince me to go back and explore the area. I'll spend a half Spirit Heart for whatever this is. And a dime makes it worth it. I think a Thane gives me the chance to have HP. You know what? If I do Golden Teleporter on this floor, it's going to make it tricky to get to Boss Rush on the next floor, but I think I can do it. Because I just have to get to it, and then I have multiple options to teleport out. I'm holding this Fool card like I need it, when in fact, it's really not that relevant to my everyday life. The battery should make it a lot easier to get both secret rooms. So now all I need is a single battery drop to be able to get, after both secret rooms, to be able to get to the deal with the devil. And if I don't get a battery drop, all I need is to find one secret room. Sorry, not deal with the devil, error room. I need to find one secret room, then my 2 charges will take me to first the secret room, the other secret room, then the error room, and that's what's going to happen. Jesus, proptosis. Okay, I don't deserve this. After the last one ended, I really think the game is heavily taking pity on me. So that battery charge is great. Proptosis means Tech X is going to be so big it can't really hit anything. Double 2 of spades, I'll take it. But it also doubles my damage at close range. It might reduce it at longer range, but also both Mom's Knife and Tech X interact weirdly with the range upgrades, so it remains to be seen whether that's actually the case. Yeah, it just spawns in the center of the room and can't hit a lot of things. That's weird. Also, I didn't expect it to take me to the second secret room before the regular secret room. Hopefully this will take me closer. It didn't really, but with battery charges here, am I going to go back for 2 of spades when this is giving me all these things and the battery charge I need? I'm going to say probably not. So let's hit the spacebar. Let's check if this is the Emperor. It's not, but it's the Hermit, which is still useful. You know what? With Restock, I really should have saved that 2 of diamonds for a blank card pickup, which would have been a lot more or just something, or just to have more money, some way to get more use out of it with restock. That said, the run's fine. So let's check if there's anything I want in here. Maybe, but probably not that much. And this was definitely worth my time to come in here, so I'm actually going to use the spacebar, and that'll let me walk back into here and use the hermit card to teleport there, or if this just gives me battery charges. No, but I want to go to the shop. I want to go to the shop, grab some items, and run. Emperor card, strength. I will take starter deck. I will take humbling bundle. So what I would really like to do is to find the boss fight, beat it, teleport back out to the rest of the floor, and try to get infinite money. So I'm going to kind of rush. I'm aware that this isn't the last shop available. I could also potentially get some good stuff done on Hush. And with Piggy Bank Humbling Bundle, there are some ways that could happen. Being Blue Baby means I'm not going to, and already having had IV Bag, means I'm not going to be using that particular kind of strategy, but it could still be useful. Strength card, I mean, I think I could, I don't know if Strength card really does anything for Blue Baby. Anyway, you could exploit it for extra HP the way you could a Strength card with a regular character. Not that you're bad, Blue Baby, you're just different. I like your 1.05 times damage multiplier, and honestly, your fire rate might be better than the character we were rolling with. So, Mom's Knife Proptosis should make pretty short work here, especially if I throw in a Tech X shot or two. Permanent Polaroid Invincibility on Blue Baby is too good to pass up. Same goes for Daddy Longlegs. Strength. And am I going to fight Boss Rush? That's a good question, and I'm going to say, let's just do a couple waves and see how it feels. Getting a Spirit Heart like that is great. Mom's Knife is not really the item of choice here. That's really Tech X. And it's the thing about standing there is that some enemies can hit us, so I'm actually going to stand a little below the enemies, where Tech X is so wide that it should be able to hit all of them. Okay, so with the bloat and now two of the angels gone, but especially the red one, not the bloat, sorry, Monster 2, that takes care of two of the enemies that can hit me with brimstone from across the room without my knowledge of their existence. So once I take care of the bloat, the fallen, and the adversary, there's going to be nothing that can hit me without me seeing it. You know, there's nothing just going to hit scan, wipe out my HP without me noticing. That said, I've got plenty of HP, and I'm gaining HP on this fight, so it's really not a big deal if I get hit once or twice. Yeah, as you might expect from a Mom's Knife Tech X run with Proptosis, damage is pretty good. Boss Rush, not really a problem. I'm glad I took that one Make You Larger pill, because with the Strength card, I'm just huge. I would love to use the other Strength card now, but I would kind of like to save it for Hush. But I want to see if it'll make me bigger, and I think that's worth the sacrifice. It does, and even if I die on Hush because of less damage and HP on the Hush fight, it was worth it. So that's right. If the Strength card works the way regular HP does, two of these hearts will go away when I leave the Boss Rush area, but I'm really not totally sure how that works. So it remains to be seen. Alright, the adversary in the Fallen Down is just the bloat who can kill me without me seeing him. And apparently I did the same thing, killed the bloat without noticing its hideous existence. So now is the time for some Teleport 2.0 action. I will absolutely take a free item, even if it's not the best item. Hey, it's an item. And you know, I shouldn't make fun of Sissy Longlegs. It has the potential to do some decent damage, but I think Scatter Bombs ruined that for me. Or I just didn't place it right. I'm sorry, Sissy Longlegs. Is this because I made fun of you? Is that the reason you're never coming back to me? Until I get a Hangman card? Which would start a deck as possible. Alright, so a Thame definitely still has the potential to do a lot of good work for me. If I encounter Fistula or Teratoma, I need to remember that it's probably more worthwhile to take damage than to dodge. With Sackboy, I don't think there's any reason for me to ever bomb my way into a secret room. Even when I have mapping of them from Blue Map, that's why. It took me a minute to recall why I would possibly have that. And honestly, I'm just going to use this to teleport. Oh! I thought it would teleport me to that room at the end, but apparently it doesn't prioritize secret rooms. I thought it prioritized special rooms or whatever in a different way, but I guess that's not true. You just have to get them. Could take Wheel of Fortune down to the chest for a little extra payout there, don't care. Oh, okay, this is a special room because of the sloth fight, and that's why it's there. Alright, lots of battery charges. So I'm just going to be teleporting all over the place to save walking. Which, okay, let's be honest. If you had the ability to teleport, would you ever walk anywhere? Damage up is great, and unlike with Ipecac, damage up actually scales amazingly well with Tech X and Mom's Knife, because both of those do deal damage based on your damage. Telepathy for Dummies could be fine with Mom's Knife and awesome with Tech X, especially if I had 9-volt. But I'm not going to worry about it. And I just realized that this was the floor that had restock on the shop, and I didn't take advantage of it, so now I do have to go to the Hush Fight if I want to buy any items. And if I can find a good way to get infinite items, I would not be averse to that. Teleport 2.0 is also just going to be helpful for navigating the layout of this floor. So I'm just going to explore this little branch off to the right, and instead of walking back with my mediocre speed, I'm just going to teleport. Because again... Oh, let me pause this briefly. Sorry about that, I had somebody wander in and say, hey, can they watch me record? And I said, I mean, you totally can, but have you considered using YouTube for that? It's kind of how this works. I mean, I'm kind of doing this for anybody to watch me play, but there's no need for you to do it now. I mean, you can, but why? So anyway, as I was saying, wouldn't you teleport everywhere like this if you had the chance? Just imagine what a benefit for society it would be if we just invented teleportation and could just go anywhere we wanted just by pressing a button. But then on the other hand, just think of the huge detriment it would be to society in all these other ways, because like it'd totally tear apart all the ways we're used to like interacting with the world around us, because you know, you'd never really get to know the layout of your town at all, right? Because you'd never walk to the supermarket. You'd certainly never drive down the highway to get to downtown, and those are really the times when, you know, you like look out the window, you see what's up, you get to know the area you're living in and kind of make a map. And people are complaining about how, you know, like, oh, people don't know how to navigate anymore with smartphones and stuff. Now that people can just pull up Google Maps and don't ever have to find their way from a non-Google paper map anymore. Which I understand is, you know, a real thing. But at the same time, if Google Maps makes it so you don't need that, is it important? But just imagine if you could teleport. You might not even have a door out of your front house. You might own a house with a yard and never have been in that yard because you never had to go outside. All you got to do is just teleport to work, teleport to Australia for vacation, teleport to Mars. Imagine how messed up famous places would be. You know, imagine if you said, oh, I want to go to Mount Everest. Well, congratulations. You know, you're the 10 millionth person to want to be on top of Mount Everest at this particular 3:07 in the afternoon. And that's probably not an exaggeration, because everyone would want to be there. Except, of course, you know, 10 million people might not be true, because that's assuming everyone has access to it, where, you know, in reality, like, there's probably going to be a huge gap in who has the, you know, who's rich enough to have the ability to teleport, and who can't afford this amazing technology, you know? And that'd probably, like, make wealth inequality and stuff both, like, within the United States where I live, but also, like, within the world, like, even more, like, drastically grow, because I mean, I don't know exactly how it would be used in business, but you gotta imagine that, like, the ability to teleport probably has an economic advantage or two. Jesus Christ! The one thing I said, I can only think of one way to make this run better, and it gives it to me. Brimstone, what's gonna happen? Yes! Yes! It's everything! It gives me all the synergies. Why were there items up here? I don't care. Okay. New plan. Oh man, I totally forgot to pop Teleport 2.0 right there. And I'm not gonna really use it much on this floor either, because I have to get to Hush and just destroy it with... I'm gonna go ahead and say the best item combination in the game, barring maybe Brimstone, Sad Bombs, Epic Fetus, or maybe it doesn't require Sad Bombs. Brimstone, Epic Fetus. Just... I would say definitely that these are the three best items in the game that I have right here. Mom's Knife, Brimstone, and Tech X, and honestly, I don't think I'm going to get any argument on that, except for maybe a couple Epic Fetus diehards. But I think Epic Fetus is more in the category, you know, above Dr. Fetus, above Dr. Fetus. What a terrifying double roar. Above Dr. Fetus, above Ipecac, which I also believe is above Dr. Fetus. But below items like Brimstone, because the thing about Epic Fetus is it has great damage output, but that damage output can also very easily be visited upon your own face. I don't think I have time to explore the entire floor in a minute and a half. I don't know why I checked for a secret room when I have blue map and I already popped the sun and I know it's not there. But that's not really important. Dark Bum, sure. One of the best items to have as Blue Baby. I don't know that I'm really going to need much HP with this kind of damage. I think, you know, Hush will last a little longer than any other enemy because of its armor scaling, making it so that 6,000 HP takes a while to go down no matter what. Still, I can't imagine that the Hush fight will take nearly as long as it normally would. And here's a chance to take Ipecac and say, look how far you've fallen. All you do is just give my shots poison, no damage upgrade at all. And hey, this is Restock's chance to shine. Battery Baby is good. Fanny Pack is better than Bogo Bomb since I already have Pummeling Bundle. Little Baggy is bad, but since I have Starter Deck, it shouldn't impact me that badly. And unfortunately, it took away my Algezrine, which I was going to be sad about at first, but then I realized the great gift it had given me by giving me another One Makes You Larger pill, which I'm really enjoying at this point in the run. Just, it feels so nice, just thematically, to be crushing enemies beneath my feet as much as I already am, and I would really like to get Champion Belt. I don't want to be mean to my donation machine, so I'm going to use Piggy Bank, because I'm feeling that confident. Okay, that's not a good plan. And buying that Spirit Heart would be totally counterproductive. Yeah, with Humbling Bundle, this is a little more acceptable than it would usually be. Alright, Champion Belt is a great damage upgrade, which, considering that my actual damage stat wasn't that high, should make a huge difference. Was this anything I care about? AWAS. AWAS can't really take me anywhere I care about. I believe that Golden Teleporter should be able to take me to the deal with the devil on this floor, but not until I've already cleared out this boss room, because this boss room doesn't count as visited if you haven't killed everything in it. So if I just teleported out and then used Golden Teleporter again, it would take me here. So, anyway, how would you live your daily life if you could teleport anywhere you wanted in the blink of an eye? And also, you could shoot lasers and knives out of your face just by wanting to. Do you think any of that would change your identity? You know, the fact that you could just, like, go on vacation at your lunch break and visit a foreign country and also obliterate everything there with massive godlike lasers and knife storms? Because I think both of these things would really change the way we travel and commit mass murder and wage war and, most of all, do reality television shows. Can you imagine the great show concepts people could come up with if you could just, you know, teleport all over the place? Can you imagine what UFC would look like? Now, I've never been one to watch UFC that much myself. I think it's really cool that people can do that, but I just watch these real people, and it's not a movie, I'm just watching real people get punched in the face really hard, and all I can think about is, man, I don't ever want to get hit like that in my life, because, you know, this isn't like getting punched by some drunk guy coming out of a bar, or just by some random kid who thinks he's tough. Like, this is a UFC fighter, and in this case, he doesn't even have to let you know he's about to punch you. In other news, Hush is dead. He can just quietly start swinging, and in the middle of the swing, teleport behind you. So that's going to be terrifying. So, yeah. I think... Oh, wow, I didn't think an error room could happen on this floor. I was just testing. Today I learned something new about the Hush floor. Time to steamroll the rest of the run, which shouldn't take much longer now. All I would really want now is the dad's key I threw away. And I'm really trying to think of a good reason to use Golden Teleporter on this floor, but I'm really struggling to think of a single item I could get from an error room or deal with the devil that would improve this run
of spades
in any way, besides just being a slight damage upgrade, which would honestly be a complete waste. Oops. Didn't even notice Dark Steven against the dark floor on a Curse of Darkness floor. So yeah, teleportation. If you got Teleport 2.0, would you use it? If you could automatically teleport somewhere you've never... Yeah, what if it worked like Teleport 2.0 and you could only ever go somewhere you've never been before? Would you do it? I mean, I think it'd be a terrible opportunity to pass up, but you gotta think about where would it take you, you know? Like, obviously, if anyone's ever going to use it, it has to be limited to, you know, places on the surface of the Earth, because otherwise, if it just has a random chance to teleport you anywhere, 99.99 and thousands of 9% chance is that it's just going to teleport you to the middle of space and you die instantly. Not instantly. Over the next minute or so, probably. A few seconds, minute. Probably depends on the temperature. I know it's cold in space, but that said, it's not that conductive. Oh no! I took the Polaroid and went down to Shoal. That run ended early. I really wanted to get some crazy stuff on the chest. Alright, well that was a real roller coaster. Awesome seed to play for yourself. Definitely check it out in the description if you want Brimstone, Mom's Knife, Tech X, because I think that's probably the best three-way synergy you can have that doesn't take away from any of them. You still have all the benefits of Mom's Knife. You still have all the benefits of Tech X except with the damage of Brimstone. And if you ever get the chance to teleport somewhere you've never been before, think about where it might be and who might teleport behind you to punch you in the back of the head. That's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching MusicalConman Plays The Binding of Isaac, and I'll catch you around.